All right, you guys, so I'm back. I know I said stay tuned for next time, but there's been a change of plans. So I told you that I would super glue this off camera, and indeed I did, but I ran into a problem. The gills, I put them in the wrong position. So instead of this top part of this bumper being up here, I had to move it all the way back there. Now, the thing about this is that I can still salvage this. All I have to do is just cut this middle part and then make another line just like this with an equal enough length to connect these two sides together. But that's not what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do something a lot like what I did the first time, which was this. I'm going to cut out another one. So, you know the drill. I'm going to tape this down and I'm going to start this process all over again. And this time, hopefully, I put the gills in the right place. So, I'm going to tape this down one side. And I'm going to tape this other side down so we can get this started. And I'm going to tape the middle down also so it won't move. Right there. Nice and secure. Bend it so that way when the piece is cut out, it'll, properly fold into place. As much as you possibly can, of course. Like that. And now I'm going to take my pen and let's get started. So, obviously, you know the routine. I got to get some ink going. And we are off. All right. Got that side taken care of. Hopefully we can, yep, we got that. Ink this up a little bit more. Let's see. Get this part right here. Get that part. Work my way to here. Ink up again. And I have yet again another piece. Okay. Let's see if I can remove this paper piece and have enough of an indentation on this aluminum sheet for me to finish it off. So I'm going to remove it and we'll see what it looks like. Indentation looks good enough for me to proceed. Drop my aluminum piece there, or my paper piece. So now I'm just gonna follow the line left on the sheet and accordingly, and there we are. And I'm gonna do the same for this part and the same for that part. And oh, almost there. I'm gonna modify that a little bit because this is uneven. Yeah. Let's see something real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this out. Not too horrible, I guess. Just to give you guys a visual progress. So okay, like that. Like that. All right. So yeah, it's uneven. And I don't know how I feel about that, what I want to do. Because basically the way this is headed now, you guys clearly know that I can draw this and cut this out. So if this doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna have to do this all over again off camera. If I decide not to use this one, or I'm just gonna have to salvage what I have here. I'm just gonna have to swallow my pride and salvage what I have here. But let me cut this out before I jump to any conclusions. So and right there is where I finish off. Kind of just let the scissors do the work and slowly, there we go, lop off. So yeah, there is an uneven, it is disproportionate, however you want to call it, not congruent, not symmetric, but the side on the right is much larger than the side on the left. And yeah, what to do about that? Off the top of my head, what I'm considering doing is cutting a little bit of this right edge off right here. So just to give it a little bit more symmetry. Like that. That looks a little bit better. You watch closely. Okay, so it's a lot closer to what I like. So I think I'm able to salvage this. Just a few more cuts. Right. Cut right here. And I think we're good. I think we'll be good staying like this. Alright. I might want to ink this up a little bit just to give it a nice outline. Or not. I guess I'll just leave it alone. It's going to be painted over anyway, so what I'm going to do now is, I know I went through the trouble of gluing this together, but eventually I'm going to take this part off. I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I did in the video that I just uploaded. This time I'm going to go back to my original technique of putting the gills where they're supposed to be. This is the method that I used in the previous video, and I'm going to use the exact same method now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the tape. I'm going to take off this tape that's right here. I don't know if I really want to do that though, because it's just going to rip the paper apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this edge of tape off. Yeah, this thing's falling apart. It can't take much more of what I'm doing to it. What I'm going to do now is let's see. So I'm going to attach this to this, and I'm going to hope for the best. Actually, I think it should be the other way around. So I'm going to attach tape to here. Tad uneven. So I'm just going to do it that way, and I'm going to direct observation this thing, and hopefully it works. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and we are going to get started. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's much smarter that I'm doing it on tape instead of the aluminum, because if I don't like where the lines are positioned, I can just take the tape off and start over again. So I'm going to see how it compares to this right here. See if it lines up. Yes. And right off the bat, this seems to be a much better fit. A much better fit. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the other side. Like that. This time I don't even have to tape it together. I'm just going to just copy what I see. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And see if I can ink it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Much better. So I'll give you guys a look, a visual. See that? Now, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take this. I'm going to take this apart. And I'm going to give this a try. And how I plan on doing that. Let's see. Do I do it with my fingers or do I do it with these? Guess we can try my fingers first. So, yeah, fingers is a much more preferable option. Yeah. And there we go. So I'm going to move this to the side. And I'm going to try this. So, yeah. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend it so that it can properly form into place. I'm going to do the same for this right side also. What I'm going to go ahead, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut, seeing as I have to take the tape off. So I'm going to go very lightly, very gently. I'm going to go 1. Oops, cut a little bit too far. I'm going to go 2, 3, 4. I cut a little bit too deep there, almost cut it off, but we can salvage that. I'm going to go to this side, and I'm going to go same thing, going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. All right, now I'm going to remove this tape right here. Slowly. So yeah, I damaged it. One deeper cut than I should have made. You can see there. Cut a little bit too deep right there. But that's fine. We can work with that. So now I'm going to start the supergluing process much sooner than later. This time I actually will be attempting to superglue on camera. And where I'm going to start is I'm going to start at the upper ends. So I'm going to take my glue here. And I'm going to apply it right where the edges are. Let's see here. Okay. And I'm going to put this together. and hopefully they meld into place. See how perfectly it fits at the ends? That's what you want. Now, obviously, I have to wait a long time in order for this to meld into place. So I think this is a good time to end the video here. This is basically just a makeup video for the last one that I uploaded, all because when I cut this out and super glued it, it didn't exactly work out the way I intended. This is more of a troubleshooting of what I did in the last video. So now I feel comfortable in saying I can end the video here and tell you guys to stay tuned for more content with me, Christian Taylor. And that will be all for right now. And until next time, guys.